I was told it was going to get worse before it got better. But as I appointed myself, Kelly contractor, I was like, how much worse it could get? Well, I was not ready for the removal of the roof. Watching that was an experience, okay? Today we're going to talk about the process of removing the roof, why we are removing it, and also why we are raising it. But, I also had some good things happening behind the scenes. I've been shopping because all sorts of materials and goodies will be coming to the house in a couple of weeks, and you can come along with me. I'm Kelly Jonoly. Welcome back to Bajan Renovation. Well, as you can see, Fenella is not with me today because in here is now very well ventilated. Now the question was, why take off the roof? Before I tell you why, I want to tell you something that's really important so that it sticks with you. When I came to do the first inspection for this house, the one where I made the offer, I thought it was a great idea. Parts of the ceiling were removed and I could see the underside of the roof. The underside of the roof did look perfect. As far as I'm concerned, great, we don't have any roof problems. The day before I gave in the offer, the contractor came and immediately he said, Kelly, this roof is going to need changing. And I was like, well, how you know the roof will need changing? But as a contractor myself, self-appointed, this looks great. This is why when you're buying a fixer, you need to bring a contractor. Now, some telltale signs for them was the area of the guttering, some visible molding, and some buckling that they were seeing in the exposed woodwork. When they went up on the roof, which is not something I would have done, there was rotting in certain areas of the panels. Now, of course, you and I would never see that. That is why it's important to get a professional opinion before you invest in a fixer. Another thing they're going to tell you to make sure is that your foundation is sound. Now, that is not something unless there's a big hole in the floor, that's not necessarily something you and I will pick up. But they will test the visible fault lines and be able to tell you if you have a structural problem. So for this roof, there was rust. There was rust, also the tape seal was corroded in some areas and some part of the woodwork had termites. So that's the structural reason why we removed the roof. Another reason is that there's going to be an extension of the kitchen. I'll talk to you about that a little bit later, but removing the roof was necessary. Now I know the place looks like it has exploded and I was told, mistress, you ain't seen nothing yet. But we have to give credit to whoever built this house. They say that people don't build houses the way they did in the old days. The blocks on this property are 8-inch blocks. The foundation is very solid. And even though we did remove the roof, the dark beams that you're seeing is what you call fir wood. And what the contractor was telling me is that they're still in decent shape for a property as old as this. And he said, look, even though there was some rusted, this roof wasn't flying off. It gave a bit of a fight. So one thing, the houses may not look good aesthetically, but many of them still have a lot of structural strength. So don't write them off when you're looking at properties. Now for the fun part, the aesthetics. There's some aesthetic reasons why we are raising this roof. Now when I say raising it, we're giving the house about another 16 inches of ring beam. So there's going to be 16 inches of block going up around the perimeter, and then they're going to pour concrete to set the new beams. Raising the roof gives us more usable space. I know we tend to think of square footage when we think of usable space, but we're not extending the floor plan much. But what usable space does, it allows us if you wanted to have bigger windows, it also allows us to carry the cupboards higher, which is great because storage space is going to be at a premium in a unit like this. Also, if you want to have a fancy lighting system like I do, being able to raise the roof allows you to put all your electricals behind the ceiling. And a higher roof helps you to improve ventilation in the property. So those are some reasons why you raise a roof, some aesthetic reasons why the roof is being raised, but the first reason was the structural integrity of the place. I want you all to know I was very brave today for you. So of course we had to try and get a clip of, the roof coming off from above. So yours truly went on a ladder and I didn't get quite up on the roof because I said I was a little brave. But what it did allow me to do is get this clip for you where you can actually see what the backyard looks like from above. I know when I'm standing on the ground, you can't quite get a sense of the size of the apartment or its distance from the house, but now you can see what we're looking at. And you can also see the condition of the roof over there, which also has to be removed. That one, I'm telling you, is probably just being held on, you know, by grace. That looked like it's about to blow off if you sneeze on it. So the next step of this renovation is removing this wall, and this is clearly where I'm going to have to trust the process, because after I stood up in here while they were removing this roof, I thought I had a stomach for this. I want you to know when the roof is coming down, it sounds like a hurricane and an earthquake happening all at once that you did not plan for. But this wall is coming out around here by this orange mark because we are doing block work to come straight across. And all of this area is going to form part of the extended kitchen and living area. So that's great because right now, I can't even tell you where I'd put a stove in here. The kitchen is like this small. So while Operation Mash Up and Buy Back continues here on this palatial estate, there's quite a bit happening behind the scenes. I have been shopping, well, at least preliminary shopping. The tiles have been ordered. The paint colors are being selected. I've been looking at lighting, and I have been looking at some interesting design concepts with the help of Dwellings Design Studio. Yes, Ting, yes. You thought my little house was going to be done with the renovation? No, no, no. We are at this until the blades of grass are in the yard. And I'm so excited to be able to share with you the shopping journey. I have to go back to a number of these service providers, so I'll let you know when I'm going. And if you have any questions about their products or services, you can ask me, I can ask them, and we can experience it all together. Of course, I'm going to be showing you when the products come into the house so that you can take a look and a feel, see if you like something for yourself. But all in all, I have been waiting to get to this section. So had a great time over the past couple of weeks at Terrific Tiles and Platinum Imports, and I went to Berger, and I also went to the Dwellings Design Studio because don't mind my house ain't got a roof. It could have a beautiful throw though. But don't worry, we have lots more to come on Bajan Renovation. So stick around.